Bada bing, bada boom. Yes, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Today I'm going to explain exactly how we are going to essentially raise $2 to $3 million. That's what's going to happen when we launch on Sol, and why. I'll show you why I know that will happen. I'll just let everyone come in. It's only been 2 minutes. Usually people start pouring in. But again, this will be recorded, so have no fear. Also, happy Eid Mubarak to everybody celebrating Eid right now. Part of the reason why there is some delays with some other stuff I will tell you about regarding our playtest. Our developer, he's from Turkey. Right now he has no power, no electricity. There's some sort of catastrophe in Turkey. So game development playtest has been delayed by at least 2 or 3 days. I'll reset the timer, but we will get that new build of Monkverse up as soon as possible. Yes, join in, everybody. Join in, everybody. I'll start it at 1:05. I'll start sharing screen and show you exactly what we are going to do that guarantees our success. Because again, we're in this space at the perfect time. We can do certain things that guarantee success. And that's exactly what we're going to do. All right, it's 1:04. I'll just wait 1 more minute, 30 more seconds till the 1:05 mark, and we will get going. Today we're going to talk about the Solana migration. We're going to talk about the verification process. We're going to talk about how exactly we're going to compensate BSC holders one-to-one. We're going to talk about our relaunch, why we know it's going to be successful. We're going to talk about the longer outlook, longer plan. There's going to be a lot of things. There's going to be a lot of things that will guarantee our success, and I will make sure that you guys see that by the end of this AMA. I'll be sharing screen and such. It's 1:05. I will get into it. Okay. So recently, we announced that we are going to be migrating to Solana. Why? BSC, launching on BSC is like trying to run on an icing rink, on a skating rink, right? It's slippery. You can do it, but the market is against you. The icing rink is against you. So launching on Solana is like running on a track and field event, okay? In front of on an actual track. We could go much faster. We can raise much more money. How do I know that? We were #1 on Pink Sale trending as a BSC project with 11 other Solana projects. We were beating Solana project as a BSC project in 2024. This is unheard of. This is absolutely unheard of. And this was in part due to our launch marketer, Bjorn. I know he's not extremely liked because of his current absence, but listen, let's not put emotion over business. This is what Bjorn is currently working on. Let me just share screen with you guys. Bjorn has recently started, again, he begged me to go on Solana. I said no because I thought it would be bad for the investors. Terrible thing to say. My fault, definitely. But this is what he is working on currently. The Kitten with Hat fair launch. And in just 2 days, they've raised $1.1 million. And I spoke to Bjorn. He did it with a marketing budget 5 times less than what we gave him. Right? So we're going to make sure he has double the budget that this project is giving him now. And they will close this sale. I'm telling you, they will close this sale anywhere from $2 million to $3 million. At that point, we could simply buy our entire BSC supply and compensate all of the holders with simply just raw project funds. We would have that much funding. Again, our meme is way stronger than Kitten with Hat, which is technically a knockoff of Cat with Hat, and they're somehow raising $2 million. Honestly, this makes my blood absolutely boil. This should be us. This will be us in just 11, 12 days. I'm trying to get it perhaps sooner, but it takes a while for everybody to get on board. But this is why, as a team, we're pushing this. This is our path to success. If we raise this, I can guarantee you, all of you in this chat right now, you will not have lost a cent, because we would use this to fund the Solana migration, the Solana compensation. And not only that, I'm making an addendum. I realize it may not be the most fair to compensate everyone at a fixed price. I said pre-salers get compensated at pre-sale price plus some. I think it's best to compensate everyone at their average buying price, plus even some interest. In Solana payment direct deposit, we have around 700, 800 holders. We could do that in a weekend. We could do that in 1 to 2 days if we just really stayed up and went through the verification process. Said, okay, you put this much BNB, it was worth this much. Okay, we're transferring to Solana. Send me your Solana address. Send me your Monkey from the required address. Then send me your Solana address once you've proven your Monkecoin address. Then we send them Solana plus interest, right? Because again, we're going to be raising $2 to $3 million, literally. So we'll be able to more than easily compensate these people, which then they can either take, walk away, hands-free, saying, okay, I never lost money on Monkey, or if they so choose, reinvest in Monkey on the token launch. Now, what this would do, as opposed to airdropping Monkey Solana tokens, which we cannot do, what this would do is create ample buy pressure. Let's just say, so right now, 30% of our supply is in the hand of holders. Our market cap, let's say our compensation market cap will be at 150,000. So 30% of our supply of 150,000 is 50 grand. Now, if we're raising 3 mil, we're going to get around 30% of that in raw project funds, which is going to be just under $1 million. Yeah, around $900,000. And we could just buy out entirely our old BSC holders with Solana with interest at their average buying price. Kind of like no harm, no foul, no one loses any money. And then we would still have hundreds and thousands, if not more than $1 million left over for development and marketing. We are developing a post-launch marketing plan, but again, with way more funds, we have way more trial and error to find out what works, and we will have the expertise of another marketer. So this is how we make it, guys. This is how we make it. We launch again on Solana with 5 badges. We're gonna have 5 badges again. We only have to repay for 2 of them. We have the same marketer as this project, right? We already had the same marketer as BB. We were beating Solana projects as a BSC project. We were #1 pink sale trending, guys. Don't forget this. We were #1 pink sale trending, and we will be again, easily. Honestly, it's a done deal, nearly. So just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. We just need to keep going, make it to the Solana launch, and then within 2-3 days, we will have a couple mil to $3 million. We will use that to compensate BSC holders, create a whole bunch of buy pressure, have a successful launch, at least, 2x, 3x at least. We'll have a lot of liquidity. And guys, I want you to sell half of your investment at the 2x mark, because I cannot live with myself knowing that you guys have lost money. Like, this is not. You guys are the believers. You don't deserve this. You're here in the AMAs. You don't deserve this. So please protect yourself in this completely unregulated, risky market, because I'm trying to make it as risk-free as possible, but I am not succeeding in that. There are forces beyond my control that are manipulating our success. And with that, to beat those whales that sold and wrecked our momentum, we are going to launch on Solana, where there is a whole bunch more momentum, which we will be able to use to create a long-term project. Imagine, we gain, we raise 3 million. We'll have $1 million in raw funds. We use, let's just say, $75,000, $80,000 to compensate our VC holders, buy them out before launch. Then we still have 900 grand or so for our Monk smart contract battle royale and our Monkverse. We have more than enough money for our entire ecosystem, plus marketing. So if we split that, let's say 500 grand for 500 grand for development and 400 grand for marketing. That's almost a guaranteed success that we have $400,000 locked away, ready to go in marketing. And also, it's worth mentioning, guys, I want you to use this as a reference. I want you to watch this Kitten with Hat fair launch, and whatever, excuse me, whatever number they raise at the end, just add another 100,000 to it, and that's what we will have at the end of this. Hi, Angel, you just popped in. I'm gonna do a quick summary for you. We're talking about our Solana migration, exactly how it's gonna work, and why, and what proof there is that we are guaranteed for success. Now, this Kitten with Hat fair launch is what our current marketer Bjorn is working on. He did a fair launch with us, and we did quite well but we were on BSC. We were on BSC beating all these other Solana projects. But as soon as he went to Solana, he's helping this project raise $1.1 million. And to be honest, they have less utility than us and a weaker meme. So and 5 times less of a marketing budget than we had for our launch. So at this point, Solana is a no-brainer. We're going to Bjorn estimates that they'll raise $2 to $3 million. And if we were to compare ourselves to that, then with those $3 million, we would have $1 million approximately in raw funds. We could literally buy our entire market cap. We could buy our entire market cap with simply the raw funds that we get. And that's essentially what we're doing. We're buying out the BSC holders in pure Solana. plus interest at whatever average buying price they had, and using the rest of those funds for development. That buyout would only cost around $50,000 to $70,000, according to my calculation. So that, along with the fact that we were a BSC project, beating all these other Solana projects, and that we're going to have the same marketer, is virtually a guarantee for success. And so with that, another update is our developer. We were supposed to get a new update of the Monfers out today. Unfortunately, our developer is stranded in a certain part of Turkey with no electricity and no water. There's also no work that day because they're celebrating Eid. So the build will be delayed by a couple days, but we will get that to you guys as soon as possible. But this is more of the forward-facing plan of success for us. All right. Thank you guys for all listening. I'll open the floor for questions now. I know there's a lot of confusion. I'm here to mitigate as much confusion as possible. Please feel free to ask questions. And if you don't have a mic or something, just ask questions in Telegram. I'm looking right now.
Hey, Deb.
Hey, Pat. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Hey, doing fine, man. Just got over the flu, man. Feeling a little better now. So, yeah, I was coming to the table, man. Like I say, man, good job you're doing. I know. I think I told you yesterday. I understand you had to pivot, and that's understandable. I mean, in this crypto space, man. I mean, sometimes there are going to be roadblocks and stuff, and you have to meander your way around in the best way you can. And at first, I did look at Solana as, oh boy, I don't know if I can do this. I'm a BSC networker and all that. But I mean, as you explained it to me, you DM'd me, explained me the process, and also you explained to a lot of other holders out there. And you made me feel a little more confident with Solana. I did download the Phantom wallet now that to prep and prepare for this migration. And like I say, man, from what you tell me with Kitten, we've had, I mean, with less utilities and a less a marketing budget. I mean, and they're right now, because when you told me to go look on Pink Sale, I looked and like, wow, man, they're up to 3,000 sold with almost a day and a half left before the fair lunch ends. So I'm like, wow, man. I mean, it's amazing. So, like I said, I was kind of like hard on Solana. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It cannot. I completely resonate with you there, Pat. I'm sorry. Yeah. I am a BSC and Ethereum user through and through, to be honest.
Right.
Like I'm low key learning some of this Phantom stuff as well. I have used it in the past, but I've as a web developer or as a Web3 developer, I've worked with Solana Web3 libraries as well.
Okay.
It's an entirely different system.
Yes.
But it is super similar in that, like, you can send and receive tokens. You know, ERC20 tokens are basically SPL tokens. They just have a different name for it.
Right.
But yeah, it is a bit of a learning curve.
But hey, that's fine with me, man. I mean, I've been doing research and learning. I'm like, I'm not afraid to dig in and, you know, my boots to the grindstone. But like I say, but man, I mean, you feel like we should pivot that way. And I mean, I'm seeing a lot of positive side to this Solana deal now. I mean, I'm worth giving it a chance. Like I said, I believe in you. I don't think you'll leave us astray. Now, I'm backing you 100%. And like I say, Monkverse, I mean, to the next level, man. Let's get on board the Solana train and ride this baby if we have to.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Again, Pat, you know, I haven't given up before. I'm not going to give up now. You know, and I won't give up tomorrow.
Yeah, man. I mean,
we will see brighter days.
Right. And I see, man. I mean, you're transparent transparent. I mean, I like your loyalty, your transparency. You don't get too many devs like that, man. Some of them wash their hands and just ditch you and just go dark on you. But hey, you fighting through here, man, meandering, trying to find ways, pivoting, trying to keep this project alive and to survive. And for that, man, I mean, I really appreciate it, man. So that just gives me more confidence in you and believing you more. I mean, more loyal to you. So, like I say, thumbs up, man. We got to pivot. Let's get this migration done and let's move forward.
Thanks, Pat. Day one, Monkey. You understand? I mean, yeah, you understand. You know that it's kind of necessary at this point,
Right.
and the amount. Like, I'm just looking at this number going up, the amount of Solana that they're raising, and it cannot be ignored.
Exactly.
And if you know, if all it takes is for me to get used to a different string of letters and numbers to send wallet,
Exactly.
send Solana to, if that's all it takes, then I'll bite the bullet. I'll learn it.
Hey, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we're on the same page here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I'm with you. I was a little skeptical at first now, man. I mean, I looked through this thing like, hey, you don't need the crowd with spilled milk. Let's move forward and pivot in the direction that's going to be the best interest for the coin and for the team and the community. So yeah, man, I got to say homage to you, man. Like I said, I'm at work, man. I just wanted to chime in. I said I'm not going to miss this AMA. I'm hiding in my office now from a staff, but like I say, I just wanted to say shout out, man, and keep going. I'm with you, and I'm sure you got a lot of more of us backing you as well.
Thanks, Pat. That means a lot, and we're gonna use that positive energy into some positive returns.
There you go. There you go. All right, guys. I'm going to have to sign off, man, get back to work. I just wanted to chime in. I said I missed a couple of them. I'm not going to miss this one.
All right. Thank you so much, Pat. Really
All right.
appreciate
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good one now. Bye-bye.
Take care. For those of you who don't know, that was Pat, guys. He's been here for a while. True believer. Yes. Hi, crypto investor. How's it going? Any questions that I can answer?
Yeah, I have some questions.
Sure.
So you said that we guaranteed, to raise 1 million market cap on Solana. I mean, that's great. It would be great, but I don't like it when you say like you use the word guarantee, because you never know what's going to happen in this crypto market. I'm in a lot of projects that 5 million market cap or even more on Solana, but it's hard to say, man. It's like it's all depends on the market,
Absolutely.
Anyway,
absolutely. And here's my evidence.
My question is, question is, what if we just raise 500 market cap? So is there a backup plan? That would be like less money, right? I mean, I think we still do good with 500 market cap, because then it'd be easier to go from that to 1 million, 2 million. Just worried that if you will not have enough budget for the marketing or the compensation that you want to give for the true holders. Yeah.
Well,
so
okay. There are a few things that are actually guaranteed. Are you looking at like my screen right now? Because I'm sharing my screen right now. Do you see that? Crypto investor?
Yeah, I've seen all of that. I've seen even better projects on Solana, because I'm on there.
Right.
I
right.
invest,
So
in some of the Solana project, but still.
So we have the
right?
same. We have the same marketer. We had the same exact marketer as this project. He's a very good launch marketer, and he helped us launch on BSC against his advice. Actually, he wanted to launch on Solana, but I thought, look, I don't want to take away from the smaller investor. We said we would launch on BSC. Let's launch on BSC. But even then, we still beat all of these Solana projects. So it's the same exact marketer with twice the budget, with a better meme and better utility. I mean, honestly, like $1 million is quite conservative because $1 million is what they've raised right now, and they have a day left. And for those who know, most of the fair launch buys come in toward the end. It's like an exponential curve. So I mean, 1 million is actually very, very conservative. So even if, okay, let's say we would need at most $70,000 to compensate our our holders that hold currently around 30% of the supply. We get around 30% of the pre-sale funds in raw funds. So how much money would we need to raise to be able to compensate all of our old BSC holders? Around 233,000. This is a quarter of what they raised with half the budget that we will have. Again, I cannot stress this enough. It's virtually guaranteed in this market. That's why I'm trying to get him to do it as soon as possible. We need to migrate as soon as possible, take the snapshot quickly. And again, we will have all 5 badges. We're going to be #1 pink sale trending again. We were #1 pink sale trending, crypto investor, on BSC as a BSC project, beating all the other Solana projects. If we just do the same thing that we did, we're going to have immense success. So, I mean, that's why I'm really relying on it, because it's extremely reliable. Like, we have all of the ingredients we had last time for our successful launch, more so for here. So I hope that answers your question, Crypto. That's why I'm so enthusiastic about launching on Solana, because I see projects before us. And we're gonna have the same marketer, so with twice the budget that they had. So
may I ask a question?
All right.
Yep. Hi, Angel.
Hey, and I'm sorry, I was driving. I may not have the best service, but
no problem.
So we're moving out of Solana in a lot of ways because it's so congested. You can't hardly do a pre-sale. People are raising that amount of money. Like, I've been in 2 projects where they raised several $1 million, but now they're already down to $1 million. Like, they just went up to maybe 3 million and then they dropped. There was another project that went to 4,400,000. It easily, in a normal market with no Solana congestion, that thing could have shot to 100 million. But because of all the problems, like, really quickly, it only had 100 million tokens. It was amazing marketing and everything. It's probably sitting at 100,000 right now. I mean, it's crazy because of all the Solana congestion and everything. So they are raising that money, but it's not a good network to be trading on. We're actually, the guy that I trade with, we're looking at going back to BNB because of all the congestion and the problems, and we're not really making money like we were. So this is my question for you. Is, you know how like Solana really got popular again with the bonk thing and the phones that they had and all that kind of stuff, and how that coin shot up? Is there another, just putting it out there, is there another chain, like another blockchain, that you could be the top project on, that you become like the next bonk of the space? Do you see what I'm saying? That you could, because people are going to be leaving Solana because you can't trade. I mean, half the time you can't get your buys in. I had a hard time claiming. My Soulflare wallet won't even work with a lot of it now. I've got to use Phantom. I mean, it just, you know, I know people are making some money in some short-term games, but it's just so congested, it's a problem. So just putting that out there, wondering, is there another blockchain that, like, you could be the next, you know, bonk token and be like super millionaire project, you know? So I don't know. There's, I think it's called, is it SEI or SIA? I can't remember. There's another blockchain, but I mean, it just may be something to look into now before you completely switch everything out. I know it's sort of a quick decision anyway, so maybe you could talk to him and see, is there another chain that would be good that they think is really going to take off?
Well, we were
I don't
looking
know.
at base chain as well. I mean, there's a couple answers to that. I remember in 2021 at the peak where even Ethereum was. I mean, Ethereum experiences network congestion quite often, but I believe that by the time we do launch, Solana itself is going to recover from this congestion. But again, like you said, it's not. We could go to a chain that is maybe newer and not as popular, and then completely dominate that chain, and then come up with that chain. Definitely, we were looking at base chain as well because that seems to be the most popular apart from Solana. But if all things are equal, all things stay the same, then Solana would be our best bet. But definitely, we'll look into it. It's worth at least checking out. Excuse me.
Right. And I'm a
So
developer. I do well with marketing and understanding the markets, and I trade and all that, but like I don't know if your game can work on another chain, but just, putting it out
it
there
could
that
work.
that's, kind of what we're looking for, so.
Absolutely. Yeah. The metaverse would work on several EVMs. That's the thing. Solana is not an EVM. That was part of our skepticism to launching on that network anyways. I mean, eventually we could always build a bridge. That would be the best scenario would have been to launch on Solana and then create a bridge to BSC and a bridge app to compensate people for their Solana Monkey into BSC Monkey at a 1-to-1 ratio. And so we're kind of doing that now, and also on the advice of our marketer. So definitely we could look at other chains, but again, network congestion that happens at peak points of hype, and is kind of a bullish sign for a lot of people, because then there will be this oscillation between overuse and underuse, constantly at capacity, and then Solana as a team will likely change some methods to their maybe centralization to increase the TPS, the transaction per second, or make some sort of adjustment to their network for scalability. And that happened with Ethereum, and BSC is extremely fast because also one of its major criticisms is that it's extremely centralized. BSC or Binance themselves own all of the validator nodes, if I'm not mistaken. There's like around 20 or so validator nodes, whereas Solana and Ethereum tend to be slightly more decentralized. So Solana as a project, I think, will be able to scale network-wise and solve this congestion issue by the time we launch. But if not, since the compensation will be given after the launch, we could always launch on another network, for example, Base or Psi, like you were saying. But if we look at the top 12 projects, yeah, this is Solana. This one is on ETH. Or Base, can't tell. Oh, it's on ETH. This one's on Solana. This one's on BSC. This one's on Solana. This one's on BSC. So most of them are on Solana. still. 698. Yeah. And also it's worth mentioning that as a project, not just our chart, but our project as a whole was running out of marketing funds, to be honest, and not really making good use or through our trial and error process, figuring out what works best. And so we're developing a killer post-launch marketing technique, 3-4 weeks out. And so this will guarantee our success for launch as well, because that is also important, and that will continue, and that will help us get a new floor. We want to create a new floor above our pre-sale price. How I predict things will go on token launch. Again, I don't. I'd like not to speak in absolutes, but it will likely see a big rise on launch because we'll see a whole bunch of buy pressure from the Solana or the compensation that we give out in whatever currency it may be. Then there will likely be a correction, after which we will respond with buybacks because we have the funds for buybacks and all these marketing techniques. CMC trending, Aave trending, DEX tools trending, those are all on the table. And then we'll see likely a correction above, a strong correction, 10x, 5x above the pre-sale price. That's the aim. We can't guarantee that this thing is going to go up forever. I'm not going to leave this and I'm going to continue building. But traders' emotions are fickle. They trade based on not utility. So that needs to be, a project needs to have strong funding to be able to protect themselves from things like whale sell-offs and market manipulators. That's the only way a firm can actually protect themselves in this unregulated market. So sorry, that was a very long-winded answer, Angel, but I hope that shed some light into our thought process behind it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate your comments and everything. I do. I think, you've done everything that you said that you would do, and I greatly appreciate that. It's like, I think Pat said earlier, a lot of people that's, they're gone in a day, they're gone in a week, they just pack up shop and leave, so I really appreciate it. And I've told everybody, I said, this guy has done everything he said he would. His only problem was that fake thing on PancakeSwap giving you a high risk warning when you didn't deserve it. And that really is the only thing that that's a lot of marketing dollars got wasted because you couldn't get that off, but I don't think that's your fault. I don't think it's because I saw other projects, and some of the people from this project and I discussed, just in passing in different groups and stuff, that's what was killing it, is that, you're sending everybody to PancakeSwap to buy. PancakeSwap is telling us, hey, it's a honeypot. Don't put your money in there. And it's, that's a hard thing. So, whatever you can do, I wouldn't beat yourself up. It's not, your fault that happened. So, but yeah, no, I appreciate you doing everything you can to keep the project going and being successful.
Thank you. I believe it won't be in vain. Thanks. Those words of encouragement they mean a lot to our team. And yes, that weird high risk message, I have heard from actually a few people now that it did deter a lot of investment. Yeah, these things are important. Unfortunately, things beyond our control are important to our success. But with that, we do everything we can within our control, like pivoting to a better network. And with that, we will see better days, I'm convinced. All right, thank you again, Angel, for that input. That's always appreciated. Anybody else? Any other questions? I'll be happy to answer them. Also, feel free to just put some in the chat. Here, let me just read chat.
Hey man, so I was talking to you about like 1,000 holders. So what's your plan on getting that? Because I think we need like a midterm, long-term marketing plan other than just like the launch.
Absolutely. And with this budget, we have the ability to fully exercise our marketing plan with CMC trending, Gecko terminal trending, DexView trending. We know how to build on momentum, on launch momentum. It's just extremely expensive and harder on BSC than it is on the most popular network at the time. So all these trending tools, CMC trending, BSC trending, buy competition, rating competitions. We've spent the better part of 2 weeks trying to figure out what exactly works regarding our marketing. So we're going to exercise exactly what our plan was for our BSC post-token launch, except for Solana and to a greater degree. For example, we never got around to getting CMC and CG trending because our chart was already dead by that time. And we never got Dex Tools trending. We got Dex Screener trending. But we didn't do a lot of the marketing techniques that we could have, or if we did do them, they weren't as effective because, again, for those 1,000x gains that you're talking about, those 100x gains that we are both pursuing after token launch, you need to appease the traders at least in the short term. And in order to do that, you need to make a attractive graph, right? This is an unfortunate reality of crypto. People are extremely emotional in this space and work off of hype mostly. So in order to do that, we capitalize on that hype with all of those marketing techniques, which will work better and which we will do to a higher degree. And then with that, of course, we're a long-term project, so there will likely still be a correction. But as we show our utility, we will gain a new floor higher than our pre-sale price. Again, we're not going to do any affiliate marketing either, because another reason why our BSC price may have taken a hit was because of the 5% affiliate marketer fee, where the fee model for the affiliate marketing is extremely favorable for the affiliate marketer, where 5% of the total BNB raised was split across the affiliate marketers. 5% of the total. So that was actually a very hefty amount and ate into our marketing budget, which we will not do again, and will leave more funds for the project. There's a lot of things that we will apply to our Solana launch that we gained from our BSC launch. I hope that answers your question, crypto investor.
Hey, yeah. What are your thoughts about getting listed on CMC and CoinGecko? Kind of like before the launch, because if it's like 3-4 days, after the launch, then it's hard to get on top gainers, man, because we already pumped 2x, 3x, and back down to or even lower than the market cap that the initial market cap that we started.
Would do it,
at launch.
We would do it. We would do it immediately. So we would do the CMC trending and all that immediately after token launch. It's all about the timing, like partnerships. And then what's really going to catalyze us, honestly, the biggest thing, I can't believe I forgot to mention this, CEX listings. We could actually afford CEX listings at that scale. That's another huge catalyst. Like, we have all of these exchanges approaching us, MEXC, LBank, DigiFinex, Bitmart. We have all had these exchanges approach us with offers legitimately, but we couldn't really go forward with it because we didn't want to, A, we didn't want to pay in tokens, and B, we didn't even have the funds for raw listing. But with this we'll have that. And so we'll be able to reach a level that we never were able to reach on BSC. That's another thing that will help us on Solana.
Yeah, I don't think listing on the big exchange is a good idea for the first few weeks, because they just gonna dump on us. And I've seen other projects on Solana that paid $30K for Bitmart, which is like one of the top 7 volume exchange, but that didn't do anything. It was a waste of money.
They probably gave them tokens instead of a raw listing, because if you send them funds, they're basically going to buy your token with those funds and then create a trading pool with that. So there's a way to specifically do it. That's why after MEXC, some tokens dump. But again, if we're ever going to list it on Binance, we need to get listed on MEXC first. Then we need to get listed on slightly bigger and bigger exchanges until we can finally apply to BSC. So this will work in our favor. Regardless, we would never give tokens directly to MEXC. We would only give them a flat listing, which we would be able to afford after our Solana fair launch. And then after that, we would go for more exchanges, more partnerships, just to be able to even say, hey, look, we're listed on this CEX on MEXC. That's a big deal for a lot of investors. A lot of look at that, yeah. A lot of people will put that in their launches. Bitmart MEXC listings coming soon, and that's a bullish sign for a lot of people. So yeah, that's how I would approach that problem. There was a question. Sorry, crypto investor. There was a question in chat. Please explain in detail how we get the airdrop or Solana. Thanks. This is exactly how you would get the airdrop or Solana. It wouldn't be an airdrop because we can't give you the token. That would create too much sell pressure. We would give you raw Solana based on your average buying price. So step 1 would be to join the group, right? Again, there's a lot of time here, so no need to stress. Step 2 would be showing us your BSC address and then sending all of your Monkey BSC to our given wallet address. We're going to collect all that BSC Monkey. Step 3, provide us a Solana address. Step 4, directly from the pre-sale funds, we will compensate you in Solana. Now, you can choose to walk away with this Solana with your 10% plus compensation, guilt-free, saying that you never lost money on Monkey, or you could choose to reinvest in Monkey at the token launch, thus making it a migration, right? BSC Monkey to Solana Monkey. This would be extremely beneficial for the launch because, of course, some will take the Solana as a, I want to be out of Monkey. I don't want to invest in this anymore. It's too risky. But some will take that Solana and reinvest in Monkey. So that will create a tremendous amount of buy pressure for the launch, which will almost guarantee a strong green candle right off the bat. Okay. I have a question here. Hey, I'm curious from Ray Napier. Hey, I'm curious how the dev got profit other than pre-sale. I do not have any profit. I want to make this 100% clear. I have lost $50,000 learning the ins and outs of crypto marketing. That's just the truth. The reason why I'm still here, among obviously other things, is to make this project work for all of us. I want us all to make money here. If you're in this AMA, you at least care enough, and that's enough for me. So, to answer your question, no, I am not in profit, man. I have put too much money into this, and I will. Oh, in general. Oh, I see. I run a Web3 firm. So I do just a lot of EVM, Web3.js, Ethers.js type contracts, and I use that funding to supplied that for the marketing, and that's where that 50K basically came from. It's a good source of income, so we'll never be short on marketing funds, and it doesn't take up much of my time at all. This is my job. I consider Monkecoin my job. The other thing is just a side hustle that I use to supply Monkecoin. So I hope that answers your question, Ray Napier. Anybody else have any questions? I'd be happy to answer them. I saw Ron, you joined in. Very nice to see you again.
Yes, it's good to see you too, you know? Yes. I don't want to ask question pertaining to things that you've already answered, but I saw that there's a meeting going on late, so I won't hold up time. But I'm here listening in, and you seem to be a pretty straightforward guy. You know, I mean, there's only one other group I've joined, and I've been in crypto I first came to crypto from 2022, and there's only one other person I know that has regular video call and so on, and it's just open, you know. You're the second person. That person was a female. She's a teacher by profession, so on. She's still working in the background, and you're doing this. So, I mean, I really think that this project can go to great heights, you know, with you being a leader, open, and so on and so forth. Yes. So I'm looking forward to investing. I've never considered, well, I've thought of Solana, but I'm more of a BSC guy. But if this project is moving, then I'll buy some Solana tokens from off some exchange. And what I want is that I don't use I'm strictly MetaMask guy. MetaMask does not support Solana chain at the moment. So I have to use some of the wallet I have dormant for how many months or years now, just because of this project. Yeah.
I appreciate that, and I would say many of our team members and myself we're in the same boat. It's again like I went over this in chat, but there are projects with the same exact marketer as us, with less with less utility and a weaker meme raising over $2 to $3 million. That's why the liquidity just cannot be ignored. The amount of money that they're raising simply cannot be ignored. And that's why as a team, we're also learning Solana and going toward that direction. So yeah, I understand it's a bit of a learning curve, but it will be worth it in the end. I'm sure.
One more thing before you go. I realized that just last night I was looking. You're familiar with Ape Calls. Is it Ape O'Clock? I think that's it. It's a thing, and it's a crypto thing on Twitter that tells you about pre-sales. Many of the updates are about pink sale pre-sales. But last night I was seeing something that they pop up, and when I looked at it, it was talking about the top 10 call groups. And it shows some of the name of the call groups, and after the call was made by those groups, some projects went up 8,000%, that is 80x, from the position that they were calling at. You know, so I'd like to share that. I'm not going to share that in the group, I'll share that now, you know, because I don't want, for it to be like I'm marketing something, So I could share that now with you. One such name would be Mad Ape Calls. That's Telegram group. But you have another one named, let me see on my phone here. And this was just last night. Let me see, I think I took a screenshot. Let me see what it says here. Just give me a moment.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Mad Apes Call. Yeah.
Yeah, that's on Telegram. Oh, one of my phones is moving very slow. I think there's memory problems. All right, I'm almost there. All right, I see Ryoshi. What's this? Ryoshi Kushama. That's one word. So at Ryoshi Kushama, and they made a call and a token called Ski Mask Dog Token, and that token went up 8,061% gain. You have another one named Wood Calls. That is WOULD Calls. That's one word. And they called in a project named Based Moose. That's based with MOOS. That one went up 3,942%. So that's 39 point something X. And Wood Calls also made another call on a token known as what's this? 1UBC, and that also went up 39 point something X. Yeah, so it seems like Ryoshi, and these are this is top 2. Out of the top 9, these are the top 3 calls. I just saw this last night and I took a screenshot of it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But I'm personally familiar with ape calls, because they not only call projects, even from the pre-sale before you even launch. If you contact them, you can mention in the pre-sale, because there are a lot of Solana projects that they are calling. So I guess Solana is becoming popular now, more than BSC and Ethereum at the moment.
Yeah.
So I'm personally familiar with Mad Ape calls because I have them on my Telegram, but the other 2 I didn't have them. I just saw them last night and I'm saying, wow, look at that. So you can consider checking out those Telegram groups, what they're about, and you on the team can decide if it's worth the try, if it's worth talking to them or whatever, But I want to see the success of this project. Listen,
yeah,
I'm not buttering you or anything like that. But as I said before, apart from you, there's only one other person for it's 2 years now since I've been in crypto, and I've been in many groups. Even this one was a big scam with one particular group. I only put $2 in it just to see what would happen, and it went down 93%. They said that they would launch at they said that they would launch at 17:30 UTC, and when I went and checked, they ended up launch at 15 something UTC. So, and they were doing a lot of buys in the pre-sale. They had the buyback doing a lot of buys. I'm saying, why are they doing a lot of buys in the pre-sale? They should do the buys after the launch to push up the price. Well, they were buying so that they could dump.
Oh, I see.
But apart from you, there's only one other lady that does these video calls regularly, show their faces, not afraid, honest, So I would say that you should continue. Listen, I think what your team could do right now is not how well you start, is not how well you start the race, it's how well you finish the race, right? So great projects take time to build their foundation. The most important thing in a house is the foundation. If you build a house so quick that there's no foundation, breeze blow, a slight earthquake, everything topples down, and it's a big crash like I would say, you remember Terra Luna,
Yeah. Right, Terra Luna.
That guy was a thief, based on what I'm hearing,
Right.
Yeah.
Daquan or Doquan.
And he ridiculed the poor. Oh, you're still poor, and that's a hateful thing before the eyes of a holy God to ridicule the poor. So his destruction would have come and it came. So take time to build the foundation, because once you go up, there's no going back down, So ensure that everything in place. Ensure that you have all the legal things covered, because these feds and these organizations, these government organizations, like to, when you're going up, they like to look and see how they can make money off if you're, if you have any violations to their whatever. So see if those things are intact as you go along, and when you take off now, it should be smooth sailing. And of course, see if you can consider, as I said yesterday, some reputable launch pads. So you're relaunching this token now on Pink Sale and a Solana chain. You could also have a launch on another platform and another launch pad and invest
True.
token
Yeah.
so that you can pass it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my
true.
suggestion.
Deck
So
sale.
consider those things with the team, and I'm sure you guys will make the right decision. All right.
I appreciate that, Ron. Yeah, that's good advice. I would say that's good advice. And thank you for your words and your criticisms. They're very much appreciated and heard. I
You're
wrote some of
welcome.
that stuff down. All right. Anybody else? Any other questions? Feel free to type it in chat. I'm happy to answer them. You know, I like that. You know, I feel like the people in the AMA are very different than the people in chat screaming. So it's just I'm glad to have this community, and you know, our team. We won't let you guys down. We'll make sure that everybody's investment is preserved at the entry price that they entered in. Oh, right. Rain Appear, I asked a question. Have you tried any service to make token appear on Dex Screener trending? How effective is that type of marketing? That we did do, I believe, at one point for our fair launch, which was effective. The thing is, Ray, marketing works in this space the best when you combine all the techniques. So BSC trending on its own, yeah, you might get a couple buys. CMC trending on its own, yeah, you might get a couple buys. And hosting an AMA, you might get a couple buys. But combining all three of them makes it so that you get more buys than any three of those techniques individually to create the FOMO. So when we get Dex Screener trending, we will get it. And it is effective. Then we're going to combine it with CMC trending, and I believe if there's a Soul trending bot, then we'll have that as well. Combine it with raids, buy competitions, you know, Twitter Spaces, again, Twitter promotions, Telegram calls. All of these things compound into what you see on the graph as a big green candle. You know, there's a lot going behind the scenes, but yes, we will be doing that to answer your question.
Thanks, really great answer.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for joining, Ray. If there's no more questions, I think I can end this. Oh wow, we've been here for an hour. Wow. Nice. Look, I know, guys, this is a very confusing time, but you know, as many of you guys know in the AMA, in these AMAs, that we have a strong direction, and I'm not going anywhere. The team is not going anywhere. The plan is now to launch on Sol, and we will do well on that platform. Success is nearly guaranteed. You know, you're right, crypto investor. I shouldn't speak in absolutes, but it's as guaranteed as anything can be. You know, we've had a successful launch on BSC, beating all these other Solana projects. We're going to have the same exact marketer as this project right here. We're going to have twice the budget as this project right here. You know, we already have a foundation. We already have people lined up. It's all the markers for success. We have more markers for success than this project. So the outlook is extremely positive, in my opinion, if we focus on our goals. Okay, so Rasmus has a question here. Yeah.
Is it possible I could speak to you off here?
Yeah. Sure. Sure. What's up?
Okay. All right.
After. Okay. All right. So Rasmus has a question here. Have you considered making a model that puts us who bought our first monkey on day one better? I don't think the model is fair. We are trying to compensate in the most fair way possible. So I'm actually going to make an addendum to the compensation model. It's going to be based on your average buying price plus some percentage. So whatever Rasmus, however much B&B you put in dollar amount, we'd have to calculate each of the trades. Then that amount plus 10%, you will be getting in Solana, thereby guaranteeing that you did not lose any money on BSC. Again, the chance that we raise over $1 million is very, very high. So with that, that's more than enough to compensate all of our BSC holders at the buying price that they need out. And again, only the ones that are still holding. Look, if you sold, maybe you sold in profit. I can't really help you at that point. But if by the snapshot you have, any amount of Monkey, based on that, based on your buys and net buys, you will be compensated. So that's how the migration is going to work. Yes, Ron, you had a statement.
No, I was saying if I could speak to you off air.
Oh, if you could speak off air. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, absolutely, absolutely.
No problem.
All right. Haven't sold, only bought. That's good. That's going to be easy to calculate for compensation. What if I have multiple wallets with Monkey? Should you put it in a single one? It doesn't necessarily matter because we would just do the compensation based on whatever Monkey. But yeah, if you'd like to do that, then go ahead. But it's not needed. All right. Any other questions here? All right. I think I'll end it there. I will probably get some food here. Thank you very much for everyone that came in here. These are all recorded and will be up on our YouTube channel. So don't worry if you missed some of them. You'll be able to catch it on the next one. Without further ado,